So as you sit here and settle into your seat, what is it to allow everything to be as it is? And even the bigger question might be, why would we want to allow everything to be as it is? In a way, you could say that it's the most sane thing to do, to start where we are, to be with what we actually know, and to experience our moment from that place. Why would we want to change a moment that we're not even fully related to yet? Why would we want to change a moment that we're not even fully related to yet? So to allow things to be as they are is to be in relationship, in a deeply honest and genuine way. And when we're invited to allow things to be as they are, oftentimes there is a deluge of details that come into our field. And so it can be really helpful to go one step at a time. So first of all, we can allow the environment that we're in to be as it is. Whether our eyes are closed or open, we may be hearing different sounds coming from outside our room or outside our window, and can we just allow that to be as it is? Whether the room around us is tidy or messy, can we allow that to be as it is, whether it's cold or warm? To let go of any energy that we might be spending arguing with the way things are. And just notice step by step if you can sense any energy in your system being freed up. And then we can bring our attention a little bit closer to where it is and how it is that we're sitting. Can you allow the weight of your body to settle into your seat? And allowing does not entail any type of control. It's actually a complete letting go of control. So it's not one more thing that we need to do. It's actually dropping all of the doing that we are doing in this moment to micromanage it. And so to allow our body to settle into our seat is a natural thing. Gravity will just embrace us, will invite us into her hold. Our weight will naturally drop. And at the same time, we can feel that we are surrounded by space. We don't need to allow that, as it's actually already happening. And then we can come a little bit closer to our inner experience through the portal of the breath. So noticing the breath, and right from the get-go, allowing it to be free to express itself exactly as it is. Letting go of any idealized version of the breath that you might be holding, and just letting it be short if it's short, letting it be open or restricted, smooth or not. And noticing how the breath responds to this freedom, to this permission. When we let go of control, we're giving ourselves the opportunity to experience the intelligence of every component of life to find its way. So when we let go of controlling the breath, perhaps some of us have found that it has become a little more easeful, a little more full, a little more relaxed. Or maybe it's speeded up a little bit. But we become more like the observer of the breath, the perceiver of the breath. And the breath gets to unfold and evolve naturally and freely. Maybe a sigh comes in or a yawn. And once we have entered in through the portal of the breath in a direct relationship with the breath, it's often quite automatic that we begin to notice more of what's happening all around in our physical body. And so let's go there now. Noticing your body, and that there are both perhaps comfortable sensations that you can notice, as well as certain areas that might feel a little more tense, maybe achy, in some cases painful. And what would it be to allow that to be as it is? And to let go of any idea of right or wrong, or should or shouldn't. Having enough humility to consider that the body may know its way to greater comfort, and sometimes that might be through tension or pain. It may be informing us, it may be guiding us through its only way of communicating, which is through sensation. It may be informing us about its needs, but it also may be informing us through its sensory communication of the state of our emotional being, or our soul trying to get our attention through our physicality. So it communicates our physical needs, but also needs of other parts of our being. What would any relationship be like if we were only willing to listen to the pleasant things that the other told us? So being willing to hold space for it all is part of this art of allowing. Notice how it feels to relate to your body in this way. What is your sense of feeling at home in your body when you're relating with it in this way? What is your sense of being an ally or being in alliance with your body when you relate with it in this way? And once we've practiced allowing things to be in our physical experience, there's often a higher resolution of sensation that becomes available, which brings us into the emotional body and also the energy body. And so let that happen. Notice the more subtle sensations you might be feeling that could be related to stress or certain circumstances in your life right now. But let go of connecting the energetic or emotional sensations to any particular story in order to really meet them with openness and with the true availability. It can be helpful to notice where there is resistance and allowing that too. Up until now, that resistance perhaps has been a form of intelligence. And the system reveals itself in a very measured way. it would be too much for everything to be revealed to us all at once, too much for our nervous system, too much for our energy body, and the equivalent to an atomic bomb sometimes. So really allow the system to excavate and to bring to the surface, to bring into consciousness the materials that are needed to be seen in its own time and in its own way. And again, that takes some responsibility off of us to make things happen or to take control. And we get to experience, if only for this half hour, what happens when we completely let go of control, what our system is capable of when it's given the opportunity. So we are allowing the breath, the body, the emotional and energy bodies to be exactly as they are. And let's also take a moment to acknowledge that the mind is doing what it's doing, and we can allow it to be as it is as well. So the mind may be in complete opposition to what it is that is happening in the here and now, in our sensory experience. And it's allowed to do that. But we let go for the moment of managing the mind, of trying to make it quiet, of trying to make it think in a particular way. We just let it be. And we recognize the moment-to-moment option that we have to allow thoughts to come and go without entertaining them, without engaging with them. In many ways, it can just be like a program that's running in the background. And in this way, we allow other ways of knowing through our body, through our feelings, through our energy, through our soul, our heart. We allow other ways of knowing to come online so that the mind becomes less and less dominant. Because if anything is arguing with what is, it's always going to be the mind. What would it be to experience this moment without interpretation? And as we allow things to be as they are, and as we pull back from expending energy in the management of the details, we may begin to feel some spaciousness come into our experience, perhaps what some call a sense of presence, maybe even a feeling of peace or acceptance. And so for these remaining minutes, I invite you to really lean back into this spacious, open, radiant presence